Kia ora, I'm Daz from the Good Day Matrix. Today we talk to the awesome Joel Holmes, Partner Solutions Manager at Microsoft and accredited leadership coach. We talk about coping with emotions and making time for your personal wellbeing, workplace wellbeing and the importance of being aware of workloads, his squash community and the need to pay attention to people in all of your environments. Let's get into it. On his LinkedIn says that he is the Senior Partner Sales Executive at Microsoft, a coach, a mentor and a collaborator who gets energy supporting passionate people. But I know Joel as a cheeky bugger who is a dad of 3 gorgeous girls, an award-winning, even though it was a teenager, squash player, mountain biker, lead singer, parallel parking king, / know-it-all of parallel parking, his own cheerleader for being awesome, and a big Billy Joel fan. And actually, I'll also add, one of the most supportive people I know. Did I miss anything?
I think you've added in too much, to be honest. Award-winning squash player. Yeah, you called it out. I was like 17. I didn't actually, and I think I got like a piece of carry-on luggage as a prize or something. It was one of those tables where you just go and pick your prize.
Yeah, but
there was no trophy.
How old are you now, Joel?
I'm older than that. That was 20 years ago, yeah.
Recently,
no, 22 years ago.
And only recently you told me that fact about yourself, so it still means something.
There was probably context when I told you it.
This leads us beautifully into... so
goodness.
today we're going to be talking, obviously, about wellness. Joel works at Microsoft and has been doing a lot in the corporate space for a long time. So how to take care of yourself as a corporate who's running around like a headless chook probably most days. And so it leads us well into body, because you say your body's a temple Monday to Friday, and then the weekend you just go to town on eating whatever you like, which I love, by the way. I'm not against it, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
What daily activities or rituals do you have to take care of yourself, or that you can't live without?
Well, I go to the gym. I try and do that 4 times a week, and it's almost it's definitely connected between physical and emotional well-being for sure. I get a bit angsty if I haven't done my kind of whole week's workouts. Oh yeah, I'm smashing the table. She told me to stop smashing the table. You might have heard this. And so, depending on what the week looks like, I'll try and schedule when I'm going to go to the gym on a Monday morning or whatever. Typically, I'll leave Mondays out because it's Monday, and then sometimes I'll get up early and go, or sometimes I'll find some time during the day and go, and it's good. It's also, I'm a bit of a calorie counter during the week, embarrassingly so. I've never said that out loud, so I hope nobody hears this. And so it's about just making sure that I've got this balance between the week and the weekend, and then I can just go hard and be an absolute munter on the food and drink over
So
Saturday
giving you a
and Sunday.
Kit Kat bar today probably wasn't the best move.
No, but I will eat it this week for sure. I might eat it. No, I know how many calories are in it, so.
I just don't eat the next day.
Yeah,
already
right.
blew it out on my Kit Kat chunky.
Yeah.
So on a tough day then, how do you prioritise that if that's something that you know you need?
I'm actually getting, and this is going to sound a little bit maybe counterproductive on it, but I'm getting better at saying it's okay not to go to the gym that day. And so when I know that I need to get some stuff done, or I need to be around for family or whatever it happens to be, I can feel better than I used to anyway about just going, well, I'm just not going to go, and it's not going to fundamentally change the way I look or the way I feel or whatever. And it's all something to do with it, right? Yeah. So that's probably on a tough day. On other tough days, you kind of need it though, so I will make the time to go. So I think it's just about knowing whether it's a tough day because emotionally you need to be at the gym, or whether it's a tough day because you got back-to-backs.
Yeah, 100%. And that's about knowing yourself, which is what we talk about with identity. Like, some days you can't work out what you need because you're so busy or you're so under it, and so actually being able to tune in and go, what do I need right now? Actually, I just need to sit on the couch or go hug my girls, or no, I do need the gym. I need to pick up some tin.
Yeah.
Can't believe I just said it like that.
Yeah.
How good.
I don't think it's actually pick up some tin. I think it's throw some tin. Yeah. I don't think many people actually throw it.
So when you go to the gym next time, pick it up really nicely.
I will.
Just think of me.
So when I'm laughing in the gym to myself,
Be one of those gym people that's got their phone going.
I am.
In the moment that you do.
No, I never take photos of myself in the gym.
You could do an instructional video for us of how to pick up tin. You could be like, this. No, you can't see my hands, but anyway, I was acting it out. All right.
It was hilarious.
So what would you say are your sort of personal coping mechanisms then when you've got those times of stress or change or feeling overwhelmed at work that's not necessarily going to the gym or a body thing, but do you have any strategies that you put in place, any mirror mantras that you say or anything like that that you connect to in stress moments?
No, I'm pretty bad at that, to be fair. So work for me is normally I would be stressed about something not being done. So doing it is a great thing to help with that, which so it's kind of the procrastinator in me coming out, especially when it's admin-y kind of boring shit. So just going and getting it done is such a good way to kind of relieve that stress. I think that, like in other aspects, like I know we're talking about work a lot, but I don't have a clear like line between work and life. It's such a blend for me. Some people are really good at going, I'm at work now and now I'm at home. I'm a bit more blended, and so I don't know, when there's a situation where I'm feeling a bit funny, I'm not so good about dealing with it. But I am doing a positive intelligence course at the moment, and there are some great ways that we're learning to, I guess, just focus your mind and I guess get rid of all of those thoughts. And I think that's going to be really great. So I'm excited to get to the other end of that, and maybe we can talk about how well that goes. But a lot of people talk about it in a really positive way.
Yeah, Craig, who I work with, sent me a link to a YouTube clip 2 months ago, and I finally watched it, not yesterday, the day before, and it changed my game straight away. And it's this guy called James Clear. James Clear, but Clear, Clear.
Right.
How convenient for his profession that it's Clear.
It's a great name.
And he talks about 2 minutes. So you know how you're like, I want to be a half marathon runner, or I want to run a half marathon, but you only see the end goal, or shivers, I've got this report to do and it's 15 pages long and it's numbers and I just can't even fathom where to start or how to do it, but you can only see the end task. He says the only thing you have to manufacture and take care of is the start, and it's 2 minutes. 2 minutes to go, all I need to do is start and cultivate that bit so you have a really positive, good 2 minute start, and the rest will come. And then have it as milestones from there. So you can start anything in 2 minutes.
I'm imagining that, and it feels like it would be really effective, actually.
Really, really a change. And he said those things that you put off that you know would be a 2 minute job, but those are the things that compile, i.e. my inbox at the moment. And I went and bloody cleared it in like 5 minutes of these ones that I just kept putting off, going, okay, I've triaged it, it's not important, I'll come back to it, and it just got bigger and bigger.
Yep.
And then just that little twinge has just changed what I'm doing. It's so cool.
Yeah.
James Clear. It's very good. It's called 1% Better Every Day. I don't quite understand his maths though. It's if you do something to be 1% better every day for 365 days, you're 37% better. Emily and I had a bit of a kōrero about how the maths work. I'll leave you pondering that. Oh dear.
Well, no, that would make sense.
Okay.
Because you're only 1% better of what you are currently. So you'll never get to 100.
But if you're 1% better every day.
So if you're at 99%,
yeah,
and you were going to go 1% better than that,
yeah,
that wouldn't be adding 1% on. It would be adding 0.99% on. So you would then be 99.99% better, and so on. You would never get to 100. So that is the math. I would suggest maybe is the case, but I'm not 100% sure.
James Clear, you magician. I'm going to go and do some maths after this. All right. After working with you over the last year or so, and all our interactions, I genuinely, every time you're vulnerable and you're kind and you're always thinking about other people's well-being, which I would say is not normal for dudes a lot of the time. Dudes, men, seniors.
Stop it.
But two, or A, did I say A or did I say one?
I'm not sure.
It's not normal for men. And B, I have a lot of respect for, because you don't see that a lot in the culture that we live in at the moment. We're trying to change it, obviously, but I think that's pretty epic. So why is that such an important part of who you are?
You know what? I don't know. When you were talking about it, the first thing I started thinking about was I'm raised on a farm. I've been around farm men my whole life. I see a lot of vulnerability in my dad, but there's a lot of aspects there that I'm like, okay, you can learn some stuff here, old fella. But I've always been an emotional person, and I do get that from Dad, and I think that must be something like I can sort of connect with my feelings a lot. I have, like you mentioned before, I have daughters, and you kind of talk about it not being a common thing in dudes. I bet you just about every dad that's got daughters has to go through some type of fundamental change where, like our second daughter, for example, Hadley, well, second of three, she's the first twin.
First one out.
We're like, well, almost raised her as the tomboy one, and it just didn't pan out that way because was not her.
Yeah.
And so I think you've got to at some point consciously make a decision that all of the stuff you think of as a man and as manly is going to have to change, or you're going to have to empathise with the way that your daughters are. And so for me that's really, really important. I don't know. It's just been kind of part of me, I think, as well, forever.
It's a cool part. Very cool
thanks.
part.
That wasn't a great answer, I know, but I've always, I'm always interested in how people are going, and now, and like this week's been really hard, and so now I'm picking up on a lot of things that people are saying, and going, am I identifying something that needs a deeper conversation here? And that's even over the last couple of days. So it's I don't know. It's vital. So
you're paying attention to other people's emotions as well while you're having a tough week? Is that what you mean?
It happened 10 minutes ago. I was in the kitchen with someone and I said, they haven't been at Microsoft for very long. I won't give away too much. So, and I said, well, how's the kind of first period of Microsoft gone? And they said, not what I expected. A really interesting journey. And I was like, is that positive? And they said, a lot of it. And I went, are you okay? And they said, yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna stick something in your diary one day and just have a catch up. And I don't know this person that well, so I just think, and it's not, this isn't about me, but you need some people that can pick up on those things around and give a shit. A lot of people probably pick up on stuff like that, and it's not that they don't give a shit, but they're wrapped up in other stuff. It's not selfish, it's just different. And so I don't know, it's important to have those people around.
Yeah. And just paying attention though. You paid attention. You like I said, you have a lot going on, so it would be really easy to have missed, just been like, yeah, cool, okay, I'll see you later, bye. But you listened. It's cool. Yeah. Very cool. All right. So you're a squash man.
Well, no, I mean I like sports. I wouldn't call me a squash man.
You totally are an award-winning champion squash player.
Daz, if you want this to continue, you're going to stop saying award-winning.
Sorry, he chose a bag on a table.
Because I probably got like the plate or something, like instead of the first, second, or third, I got the plate, like the consolation prize. It would have been
first prize.
I did not. Anyway, what's your question about squash? Hit me.
No, I'm going to give you my spiel. Says the lady.
Okay.
A lady called Deirdre Davies. And she said that squash players and greyhounds have a lot in common.
Have you seen me?
That's why it was so fun to say.
All right, carry on.
Because they both like exercise in short, sharp bursts, but also just, because we joke that you're old a lot, so it just was funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
What is it about squash that keeps you going back? Because we talk a lot about community with what we're doing and the different things, different communities that are around, and that could be anything from the barbershop to a cafe that knows your name to a sports group to a mum's group with kids and everything in between. We've got all these different little communities around. So besides that it's an indoor sport in winter, because nobody wants to be outside this time of year and it's freezing, what's the draw card for squash? Is it the community?
Community's a really big part of it. So we have business house night and our ladder, club ladder. But the business house night is a much more social kind of atmosphere. I guess now that I think about it, it's a great way just to kind of interact with new people and learn about new people. And I guess what it's teaching me is that you make really fast judgments about people, and if you take the time to spend a bit of time with them or talk to them or some curiosity, and I'm still guilty of not probably doing this enough, but you kind of go, wow, this person can be deep, or this person's values are here. They're not just that first judgment that I made because they did that thing once. And so, I don't know, this is bloody hell, what a deep answer, but that's really cool. So getting to know new people is great. The other thing about squash is that mostly the person that I play sports against is myself, because I doubt myself so much. And so when I'm in a team sport, I put so much pressure on me. I've played cricket my whole life and I put so much pressure on myself to perform for the team, whereas in squash there's a lot of pressure kind of removed in that respect. And so I'm still not playing the other person on the court. I'm still playing myself, because the only reason I hit that shot down or I play a bad shot is because I doubted myself. But I think it just removes a bit of the pressure for me, squash. So there's a couple of reasons for it. And also it is a short, sharp burst of calorie burning goodness. And it's really disgusting for other people when, especially on Business House, because I'll play a game beforehand and I'll get really disgusting and sweaty, and then I'll play that game and the poor person is just fresh and they have to kind of brush past me, and sometimes you put your hand on their back as you go, and I'm like, oh, sorry. Sorry for you.
Except you do it on purpose, eh?
I kind of do. Yeah. Hey, look, I mean, I'm award-winning, so I don't lose a lot of games. I don't need to do anything on purpose. I'm a fantastic squash player, so... When
you turn up, do they, just cheer you on?
They do.
Yeah, he's arrived.
As soon as I walk in the door, I get a round of applause. None of that is true. Don't edit it out.
Put a coat on your shoulders so you can walk in.
Yeah.
Bit of Rocky.
That's right.
Do you have a theme song?
No, I do not. I would have spent the time trying to think of a theme song just then, but it would have killed the whole conversation. It would have been a lot of silence for me trying to be funny. So please move to the next one.
My cheeks hurt, so it works. Alrighty, moving into an environment chat. So you are in the corporate world.
Yeah.
Things are pretty fast-paced, and deadlines are currently even more so imminent for you, I guess.
Well, it was yesterday. Yeah. Oh no, what are we? Yeah, yesterday was the end of our year. I should know that.
Tough week. You lead Piki Hauora,
I do.
Which is Microsoft New Zealand's Wellbeing initiative. We've obviously done a lot of research around wellness, and so have you, and you've actually shared some of that research with me, but it's reported often people feel like they can't speak up because it could affect opinions that people have about them, or opportunities that, when a position comes up that they might be overlooked for different reasons, whether that be about workload or stress or outside work situations or anxiety and doubt. But in your experience, what is critical for a corporation or a senior leadership team or a boss of a small company like me to ensure you promote, I guess, in the workplace for wellness and for communication? That's a really long-winded way into that, but
No, that's okay. I think there's a lot of variables on that, and I'll tell you, we don't have it right. So I don't think there's an answer that is right to that, but I think it involves making sure you've got a group of like-minded people who are passionate about people's well-being, because then you get a kind of a diverse thought when you're implementing stuff. I think promoting or allowing people to be vulnerable is important. Some people don't get that jive and they don't like it, and I think that's okay. I've spoken to a few people who I would consider my friends that are like, I felt that really uncomfortable, coming off a call or something where everybody kind of just got vulnerable. And I think at that point in time we were testing the waters of vulnerability, and I think maybe we dove in quite deep. So I think it's about being able to be your kind of whole self at work, being able to be honest about what you're going through if you need to be honest about it, but not feeling like you have to, and feeling like you're not in the clique if you don't. And then there are the fundamentals, right? Just supporting people when it's a really kind of tough period. As you know, it's been a pretty hard week for me. I lost a friend this week, and everybody just rallied. It was amazing. I had phone calls left, right and centre, and this person wasn't just my friend, right? So they were probably calling lots of other people too. They just dove in and they were checking. And while at the moment of the phone calls it was quite hard to have that conversation, I came to the office today knowing that I was wrapped up with a lot of people's arms, and it was cool. The first thing someone did was give me a hug. So that, I guess, emotional support's really helpful. The other stuff, we talk about in Piki Hauora is a little bit more tangible, I suppose. We talk a lot about sleep, and I think we all know full well that sleep is kind of the one of the most fundamental things for being well. We talk about nutrition and energy levels a lot. I'm a person that starts to fade in the afternoon, so how can I think about staying on top of things for the afternoon or do my day differently or whatever? So allowing people the freedom or autonomy to be able to run their day or their life. There's no one answer to this question.
Yeah.
I could go on. Have I answered it at all? What else is there in there?
No, that is, but that has, because it's about, I was around senior leadership or bosses and how they can help their staff to do those things. But that's it. That's that flexi time, and that's that understanding that when you're hiring good people in good roles, they'll do the job, even if that means that they stop work at 3 o'clock because they know that's their fade out time, or they go pick up their kids from school, or if they're dealing with stuff and just need time off. Those conversations are free to be had, and Cassie Roma, who we talked to a couple of weeks ago, been reading her book, and in it she talks about she was working for a big corporation who shall remain nameless, and they decided their staff needed some wellbeing and decided to put 2 yoga days in at lunch times for them. 30-minute yoga session. They turned a boardroom into a yoga studio, and she was walking along the corridor, and she said of how many staff, hundreds, 15 people were in this room doing yoga on their lunch break, which is the standard what I get from everyone of, we try to do these things and not many people take it up.
Pretty good result, 15 if I'm honest.
but her problem was that she was walking along with one of the senior leaders who went, well, none of them clearly want a promotion. And in their land, you work through lunch breaks and you work all hours and you push the boat and push the boat and push the boat until you have nothing left to give. And so for them to have taken that 30 minutes, which is entitled and it's their lunch break, and they've chosen to do it as a yoga session was dropping the ball and it was going, you know what, I don't really want the next promotion that's coming. And she was mortified. She said that moment was my pivotal point of going, hold on a minute. That's from a senior, like that has to come from top down to go, it's okay. And it's your lunch break, but let alone we should be doing these things outside of the lunch break, so we offer opportunities to tools down and say that that's okay. But how you do that is another matter when people have deadlines and things that are due in and pressure that sits on their shoulders and people to feed and, you know, and if that's the culture that they work in, then that's stuff we need to start changing. But how?
Well, I mean, those people are going to burn out. There's no doubt about it. I am a much worse employee when I'm under some type of stress from or pressure from external forces. I do my best work when I know that I've got support, and I don't need to worry that when I need to go do something, people are looking at me funny. And I still talk to people at Microsoft that are like, no, I feel like I need to be seen, or I feel like I can't do this in the middle of the day because, you know, and typically they're probably earlier career people or new in a job with a new boss or something. We definitely cultivate a culture of well-being from the top. Like it comes from Satya Nadella, who's our global CEO, and so I think like our leadership is definitely very forward-thinking when it comes to well-being, but accepting it and onboarding it at an individual level is important too. And I don't know how to do that. I don't know what the silver bullet is in terms of making people really believe that they are okay to be just themselves and do what they need to do.
Yeah, and that's it. That's how, in my mind, it will come to me one day. But it's that Band-Aid on a bullet hole stuff. It's like trying to, you know, a yoga session sometimes could just be that token. Okay, well, we've done this.
Yeah.
Box check. Done it. Like, well, if they didn't take it up, they didn't take it up. We offered it. But how you stop that and be the ambulance at the top of the cliff instead of the bottom, or, you know, try and be the change, but it has to come from the top, which is hard to do as well because they all have deadlines and they've got things that need to happen. So of course that top down happens, but, you know, if there is a yoga session at lunchtime, they should be in there role modelling that it's okay to have taken the 30-minute break for yourself, to you know, to do those things, so that when they get seen and other people see that, then yes, it might take some time for that stress of no, they still want me to be working to come down. But actually no, if Vanessa's in there or if Joel's in there, then I could be in there. Yeah, okay, all right, I'm going to try that next week and just keep at it, and don't go, oh well, we tried it for 3 weeks, it didn't work, we're going to not do it anymore. Just keep going. No,
I'm with you, and I think like you say, the business doesn't stop. Yeah. The deadlines are there. The numbers need to be hit. All of that stuff. All of that jargon. But we are aware that people need to do things for themselves to be able to be great at work. And at the other end of the scale, if you are under so much pressure that it is causing you harm, and you can have that conversation with your manager or HR or a peer, it will be understood here. And I think that's just a mindset. It's a mindset change. It's a culture change, and that's only happened in the last 5-6 years. So I think that's really important. Yeah. But we're not saying it's okay not to hit your number, because clearly that's not okay. Yeah. We need it. You know, we're a business. Yeah.
That's it. How to, it'll come with people trying to pay attention now. Pretty much COVID really was, I mean, people were trying before that, but now people know people aren't coping. So I think in the next probably 10 years we might start to see a shift as these new people are coming through into jobs, and I think we'll start to really see what that change looks like. Now we probably can't measure it too well.
It's pretty hard to measure.
Yeah. Right, that's the end of my questions. We've managed it, so I'm going to do quickfire with you.
All right.
3 things that have made you smile today.
Oh, you've made me smile.
Cut it out.
Like I said, lost a friend this week, but he's made me smile. He's a fantastic human being, and you know, just remembering the funny stuff I showed you a message on my phone before. That was quite funny. It was the last message that he ever sent me, and probably a little risque to mention on the...
Oh, it's gold.
So that made me smile, and so I screenshotted that and kept it. And then the third thing, I don't know. I guarantee you I would have thought about my kids in the car and smiled to myself. I can't consciously remember that now, but I know I would have.
Favourite books?
Oh, I'm shit at books.
I
I always... Yeah, I'm really shit. I got this stack of self-help books at home,
and recommendations from me of more.
Yeah, actually, the Hygge book was pretty good.
Yes.
I don't know if I'd call it.
Read it.
I did front to back. I just didn't read the recipes because I couldn't be bothered. Like if I want to cook something, I can go back and look. But I read all the other stuff and it was quite cool. I enjoyed that. Would it be favourite book? Don't know. I'm more likely to read a story. I like murder mysteries and stuff. James Patterson, love James Patterson. And there was an author that I used to read when I was maybe in my teens, David Gemmell. It was more like fantasy, like swords and shit.
Yeah, I remember that.
Dragons and stuff. I like the who's James Patterson's character. He's the Morgan Freeman acted as him in a few movies.
I buy my dad a James Patterson.
I'm still tapping on the thing.
Christmas, I know.
Crap, I can't remember. But yeah, I like those stories.
It'll come to you. Right, 3 favourite smells.
Oh, my own fart. What?
Nothing. Please continue.
I mean, everybody likes this smell, like butter, garlic, and onions in a frying pan. It's just special.
I agree.
And this is cheesy as, but you can smell your kids when you put your nose on their heads. You can definitely smell them.
I totally agree.
That's my favourite there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure my fart thing was actually the favourite, but I had to throw that in.
You can't take that back now. When that was the first thing that came out of your mouth,
yeah, it was the
most truthful of the 3.
Yeah.
What makes you laugh?
Liesl makes me laugh a lot. Oh, we talk some shit sometimes, and just I couldn't even tell you what. Jasmine makes me laugh. She's the one of the twins. She's just weird sometimes, so she makes me laugh a lot. I love stand-up comedy. I can't think of any people right now.
Go to pick-me-up songs on a feel-good playlist.
I sent one to you today.
I haven't looked at it.
It's wait. It's this one. It's this one. Should we St. Elmo's Fire?
Oh yes.
And it's Man in Motion.
I don't know if I know it, so I know the movie.
Yeah, you
and
know
the
the
actual song, St. Elmo's Fire.
Yeah. Wait. I probably got it right here.
Oh yeah. Is that called Man in Motion?
Well, it probably is. I've never seen the movie. And we'll skip to the... Oh. Here comes the chorus. How good is that? Yeah, no, that's pretty bloody good. I really like that song.
It's a very good song.
And then I don't know about feel-good songs, but I love to crack out slow Billy Joel songs in the car. New York State of Mind is one of my favourite ones too. I have a broad taste in music, so I couldn't answer that question very well. 3
things you are grateful for today.
I'm grateful to be here doing this because it has really cheered me up. So that I really like. I'm grateful for a Kit Kat that you gave me to tell me to have a break, which whether I will or not is a question. And what else am I grateful for? Look, these are just my grateful for today ones, because I'm always, like, every day I'm grateful for my wife and my kids and my life and my job and all of the wonderful things. I can't say anything negative about that stuff. But this weekend I'm going mountain biking in Rotorua and I'm very excited about that. So I'm grateful that I've got some friends that are going to do that with me this weekend. So yeah, those things.
Favourite concert?
Every year we go to the summer concert festival, the Taupo one, and every year the lead act is disappointing. But the lead up act always blow me away. Last year, the most recent concert, I'll just talk about that. I don't know if it's my favourite one, but last year it was all Kiwis because we couldn't even get any Aussie bands across. The Angels were meant to come. It would have been so cool. But we had Stella, Boranga.
Amazing.
Wow, she smashed it. That was so good.
Vibes.
Gin Wigmore. I was never a big Gin Wigmore fan, but man, she owned it. It was so good. Who was the lead singer of the Exponents? I've completely forgotten his name. Hey Google, who's the lead singer of the Exponents?
Jordan William Hunter Luck MNZ.
Yeah, Jordan Luck.
There you go,
The
Jordan Luck.
Band.
The Jordan Luck Band. That was
Sorry,
really
Jordan
cool.
Luck.
Sorry, Jordan Luck. I'm so sorry, mate. We go back. He smashed it as well. It was a great concert. But I mean, while the music's always an important part of a concert, it's a day concert and it's day drinking, and you're there with your mates. It's an annual thing. It's very social.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The most recent one is normally going to be my favourite.
Yeah, sunshine, good vibes,
Yep.
good food.
Huey Lewis and the News was really good a few years ago as well. Love that.
Hobbies.
Yeah, hobbies. I mean, mountain biking is one of my favourites. Never get to do it, but love it because it's social. Squash, we talked about. No, it's not singing. Daz just did pretended she was holding a microphone.
Pretended I was Celine Dion.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, maybe it's a hobby, but it's not a current hobby. I've been in a couple of bands, and we decidedly average. And
Sorry, band members.
yeah, no, they were good. I think I let them down with the whole frontman performance. So yeah, you could put that in there. I quite enjoy building stuff. We've got a couple of acres, and I learned to do all the fencing myself. My old man taught me a lot of stuff, and my brother, and so I really enjoyed doing that. And so I've done a bunch more, and yeah, I quite enjoy just doing stuff at home. I don't know if I've got any other hobbies.
Tinkering like an old man.
No, I don't tinker.
Don't
You
tinker?
won't catch me pulling a lawnmower apart or anything like that. I would tinker on my mountain bikes for sure, and I've rebuilt one, and but no, more like actual building something.
What does a lazy day look like for you?
I struggle with lazy days. I'm a bit of a doer, but the only thing that will get me to not move is movies and playing cards with the kids, playing board games with the kids and stuff. If by lazy you mean kind of just spending time in the lounge, that would be it. Actually, the way to get me to do nothing is to come over and just have a few drinks and get me to cook for you and stuff. So that stuff.
Nice.
One of the most frustrating things in my life has been my relationship with mum and movies. So mum, you'll know what's coming. Is that
I really don't.
Mum will know what's coming. I was just talking to her. Hi mum. Is we'll decide we'll watch a movie, and this has happened since kind of childhood. And so we'll sit down, and then she'll just go away and fold washing or something, and I'm like, no, you've got to concentrate on the damn movie. We're not doing this together anymore. Come on.
Yep.
So, love you, mum.
Qualities you love about yourself.
The qualities that I like about myself,
Love
about myself. That's a.
Yeah.
I might have to change them. Yeah. Doesn't mean that if people don't have these qualities, I don't like those people, right?
No.
And I'll give you context. So one of the qualities I love about myself is that everything is kind of an opportunity to learn, and this is about when I'm talking about parenting, right? And so I think for me, it's like I always take way too much time trying to explain the scenario and the reasons and everything to the kids, and go through a hard bit so they learn something. And so the balance of that is Liesl is great at going, actually, that's not important right now. Let's just get this thing done. We'll take the path of least resistance. And I've learned so much from her in that respect. So that's why I say just because it's not in everybody, it doesn't mean.
Yeah.
So I think we balance each other really well. I love that I can build great relationships because I don't consider myself an academic. I don't think people would look at me and go, Joel's a real high flyer, kind of, career-driven. I know, you're shaking your head there, and whatever. But I think for me, the strength that I will always bring to my career is my ability to build relationships, and that's what's going to get me places.
Yeah. Thank you very much for bringing sunshine and storms today, Joel.
Sunshine and storms?
Sunshine and storms. There's highs and lows. To say it's okay to not be okay, and to be able to say that to other people, but other people pick up on the subtle messages if they're not saying, I'm not okay, but if you're paying attention enough, you hear it or you see it in their actions or their words or what's going on. So I think that is a big sunshine point to take for everybody today, to pay attention and to build environments around them that actively, A, you're seeking that, but B, you're encouraging people to be honest and to be open and to know that they're safe.
Yeah. I don't want to steal the last word.
Please
and
do.
you can just maybe have a last word after this, but I think what is becoming more clear is that you are far less likely to be okay if you can't admit that you're not okay. And so that comes back to that communication. If I'm holding something inside me because of something that's happened in a relationship of mine and I haven't talked to that person about it, then it will stay there for a long time. But if I talk to them about it, it'll be resolved quickly. Yeah. So it's vital.
Well, thank you, Joel.
I really enjoyed it. Thanks.
Hey guys, I just want to jump in here and say thank you so much for listening. We really hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you did, please share it on your social media channels and let us know what you think. Remember to hit that follow button, as this really helps us to grow. See you next time. Ka kite.